This is Advanced Algebra 2, questions about hyperbolas. And this is 144x squared minus 400y squared equals 3600. So number one, I know this is a horizontal. It's going to be like that. Why my pen isn't writing well, I don't know. I wish I knew the answer to that. Anyway, I want to get this equal to 1, so I'm going to divide everything by 3600. There we go. Now it's writing better. Divide it by 3600. Divide it by 3600. And this is 1. That's why I want it to equal 400 divided by 3600 is 1/9. So this is y squared over 9. 144 divided by 3600. Check it out. It's 25. So, and now looking at this, it's going to make a lot of these things become very clear. I want the center. Well, the center is HK, 0, 0. There's nothing subtracted from x, nothing subtracted from y, 0, 0. The vertices are going to be left and right of the center by a. So if a squared is 25, a equals 5. If b squared equals 9, b equals 3. And it's to the left and right. So the vertices are going to be plus or minus 5, 0. The covertices are going to be b, above and below. So it's going to be 0, comma, plus or minus 3. What else do I need? The length of the transverse axis, the length of the transverse axis. What else do I want? Conjugate axis. That was escaping me. Length of the conjugate axis. Transverse axis rather is 2a. It's this. So it's going to be 2 times a. 2 times 5 is 10. The length of the conjugate axis, 2 times 3, which is 6. Oh, that's right. I want the foci. The foci are going to be a little bit further than the vertices, so they're going to be added or subtracted from the x component, and it's c. So remember, this is the Pythagorean theorem. C squared equals a squared, which is 25, plus b squared, which is 9, which is 34. C squared equals 34. So c is square root of 34. Which is, what's like 5.8? I'm going to need that when I graph it, about 5.8. Okay. So the foci are going to be c to the left and right, so it's 0 plus or minus square root of 34. You can just write square root of 34, 0. So that's the foci. And then anything else? Oh, yes, I think it asks for the asymptote. Where is my thing? Asymptote. So remember, the asymptote is y minus k equals plus or minus, if it's horizontal, it's b over a. If it's vertical, it's a over b. So this is horizontal, so it's y minus k, which is just y, because k is 0, equals plus or minus b over a, plus or minus 3/5 times x minus h, and h is just 0. Boy, I can't x, so it's just x. So now I can graph this thing. Let's see. The center's at 0, 0. The vertices are at 5 and negative 5. The covertices are at 3 and negative 3. I can draw my box. The foci are at 5.8, somewhere around here. Somewhere around here and somewhere around here are the foci. And then I'll draw my asymptotes. Like that. And now I'll draw my actual graph in red. It's not supposed to touch those, but look, I'm not an artist. So there's the There's the actual hyperbola. And that's it. Okay, I'm going to do one more. And I'm doing these because I want to do ones that are unusual. It's easy to have it in standard form and then graph it, but to get it into standard form sometimes is the challenge. So I've got another one, which is this one. So 9y squared, I want this in black, 9y squared minus x squared plus 54y plus 2x plus 62. I think that's what it is. Yes. Equals 0. Let me just double check on the x. Yes. So I'm going to get these things together. The y's I'm going to get together. 9y squared plus 54y I'm grouping minus x squared plus 2x. And I'll put the 62 on the other side. So I have to subtract it. Minus 62. And I'm going to complete the square. But before I do that, I have to factor. So I'm going to factor out a 9 over here. 9 times y squared plus 6 times 9 is 54, 6y. And I'll leave room for one other thing. And then minus 1 I'm factoring out there. X squared I'm factoring out minus 1, so the signs change. Minus 2x. I leave room, and I have equals negative 62. Excuse me. Now, half of 6 is 3, so this is going to be 9 times y plus 3 squared. And then 3 squared is 9, and this is where sometimes people go wrong. They'll put, I've added 9 here, they add 9 here, but I've got to do 9 times 9. So I have to add 81 over here. And then minus, and half of negative 2 is negative 1, so it's x minus 1 squared. Negative 1 squared is 1. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1, so I'll also add negative 1. And that equals, what is 81 minus 62 minus 1 is 18. I will divide everything by 18. Nine over 18 is 1 over 2, so this is y plus 3 squared over 2 minus x minus 1 squared over 18 equals 1. So a is square root of 2, which is approximately 1.4. You'll need that when you graph. B is square root of 18, which I can rewrite. 18 is 2 times 9, and square root of 9 is 3, so I can rewrite this as 3 square root of 2. And what's that? 3 times 4 is approximately 4.2. I'll need that when I graph, but this is what I'm going to use to write the facts in there. And then C is the square root of a squared plus b squared. Oh, a squared plus b squared. C equals the square root of 20, which is equal to 4. 4 times 5 is 20, so it's 2 square root of 5. And what does that equal? Well, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, it's closer to 2, so what is that, 2.2 something? So 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 4.4. Let me try it on Desmos. Where's Desmos? 2 square root of 5. Oh, yeah, 4.4, 4.5, approximately. I need that approximate for when I graph it. Okay, so now I have to find the vertices. The center, the vertices, the co-vertices. Maybe I need more room for that. The foci. And then I need the transverse axis, the conjugate axis, the length, and then I need the asymptote. And because this is a vertical, the asymptote is going to be y minus k equals a over b times x minus h. And I've got a handy sheet for that. See, vertical, y minus k equals plus or minus a over b x minus h. A is always, a squared is always under the positive term. All right, so let me find the center. The center is going to be negative 3, just the opposite signs of this, comma 1. the vertices. Now, because this is a vertical, the vertices are going to be A above and below. So it's going to be -3, comma. And do I have this? Oh, I do have it. I always write this backwards. I just wanted to illustrate to you. This is H. This is K. I always write this backwards. So the center is 1, comma, -3. Aha. The vertices are going to be A above and below. So it's going to be 1, comma, -3 plus or minus square root of 2. The covertices are going to be to the left and right, so it's going to be, I guess I put this F too close because I need more room. The covertices are going to be to the left and right, so it's 1 plus or minus 3 square root of 2, comma, -3. The foci is going to be C above and below, so it's going to be 1, comma, -3 plus or minus 2 square root of 5. And then the transverse axis is going to be 2A, which is 2 square root of 2. Conjugate axis is 2B, which is 2 times 3 square root of 2, which is 6 square root of 2. And then this is, excuse me, y minus k, so it's y plus 3, I guess I don't need that parentheses, equals a over b. So square root of 2 over 3 square root of 2, and look what happens. The square root of 2's cancel. It's 1/3, and then it's x minus h, which is x. H is 1, so it's x minus 1. And I don't know, just having that doesn't really help you graph it, but now let me graph it. So again, it's always good to look at the thing, and then you can say, oh look, I can tell the vertices are above and below. The foci are C above and below, and the covertices are to the left and right, instead of having to memorize which one you're adding. Are you adding the A to the first part of, to the H, or are you adding it to the K? Well, just look at it. If it's a vertical, you're adding it to the K for the vertices in the foci. For the covertices, you're adding it to the H. And if it's horizontal, for the vertices, you're going to add them to the H in the foci, and for the covertices, you're going to add to the K. But H is always with X and K is always with Y. So now I can graph this. I've got a center at 1, -3. So that's approximately here. You might have to label some of these things. I want the vertices at 1, -3. So -3 minus 1.4 is -4.4. So somewhere down here, -4.4. And -3 plus 1.4 is -2.6. So somewhere around there, sure. And then the covertices are 1 plus or minus approximately 4.2. So 5.2, what is this? 5.2 at -3.2, somewhere around there. And so I've got, oh, this is a very wide one. I'll draw my box. And then I can, well, that doesn't look like it's even. So I guess I have to put that one further over. Draw my box. And then I can put in my, these are the vertices. And then I can put in my asymptotes, which is like, oh, this is very wide. My goodness. So like that. And now I can draw in this thing like this. Very wide. This one is forever. And then they might want you to put in the foci, 1, -3 plus or minus 2 square root of 5. So -3 minus is -7.5 way down here. And plus 4.5 is plus 1.5 way up there. So there's the foci, and there's my hyperbola.